Well, it's that time of the year, time for being grateful, and I think seeing what's around you. The other thing is year-end predictions. I always have those. So I'm going to rattle off a couple of them. One, I think there's going to be more capital coming into the market from a business perspective. We've just seen it so lean the last 18 months, 24 months. I can't tell you how many investors I've talked to and how many startups I've talked that are just, it has been a really, really rough go, but I do see it opening up. They've got to deploy that capital. It is there. The day of the MVP, though, I think is over. Coming to them with something that's just MVP and not working. Don't think that's going to happen anymore. They're looking for real MRR, ARR. So be prepared when you're going in. It's not just an idea that you're selling. You have to have an audience and you have to be able to be doing some sort of business, even if you're not making money. Second is AI will become, big shock, a part of everyday life. It already has been for a long time, but I do think there's been a lot of hype around it. I know Evan Shapiro talked about it as the boom or the bubble, and he predicted it was kind of this big bubble right now, which I agree. There's a lot of hype around it, but I do think going into 2025 and beyond, we're going to see some huge, huge changes in how we work, how we play, how we interact, our life in general. And I think it's going to get better. I do think there are going to be some guardrails around it, specifically with IP and with kids using it. There are no guardrails today that I can see. And I think that is hella frightening. But there are smarter people than me working on those. Third one, disappointing to see a lot of companies dismantling their DEI initiatives. It does happen, with the economic situation, but more the political situation. They're gearing up for what could be a rough ride there, but I don't think it's going away. I think equality, bringing that forward, making sure everybody has a seat at the table, it is still in the forefront of many companies' minds and of many, many companies, including some of the largest in the world, like Apple, will never remove that from their DNA. It's just part of who they are. So I think we're still going to see it hold strong, even if the kind of political circumstances or internal politics require someone to remove it. Um, Listening and kindness will become necessary skills as we work and engage, and it's an opportunity for personal growth. I think the kindness part and the listening part are lacking for everybody. I'm one of them. I'm usually kind, but listening, not always great listener. So I think that's a skill and a muscle that I need to actually move forward in 2025 and use a lot more and make it stronger. And I think everybody could take a deep breath and be a little more kind to themselves, to others who may not have the same opinions that they have, and really open your ears and listening. You might actually be surprised at what you hear and what you learn. And then fourth or fifth, I think this is moral ambition, I think is going to be a word you're going to hear a lot in 2025. It's great to be ambitious, but being morally ambitious and really taking those mega skills that you have and applying to something that is really, really big, like tobacco usage or environmental waste and climate change or sustainability in food with vegan food, anything that you believe, ending hunger, poverty, children, whatever it happens to be, taking that time to actually take your super skills and your superpowers and apply them to something else. That is moral ambition. So I leave you with those for 2025 as my predictions. If you have some of your own, please leave them in the comments below. Have a great rest of your year and holiday, and we'll see you in 2025.